everyone, welcome to the Tourism Virtual Summit 2020. And today we have with us Doyin. Hey Doyin, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So please introduce yourself.
All right. My name is Oladoyin Taiwo. I am the founder of Profits with Doyin, where I help female-owned businesses make profits from social media and get more customers from social media, basically.
All right, guys. So as you've heard her, she's going to be teaching you social media marketing. She's a guru in that, as she has said. I followed her. I've seen her work for years, and she's doing an amazing job. So please, Doyin, can you start with your presentation? I am close my lips from here.
All right, thank you. So I had that introduction part also in my screen. So let me go back to my screen real quick.
Okay, so you can start sharing. Don't forget to share.
Sharing. All right.
Okay, awesome.
So
I can see it. Awesome. Let's go. Great. Let's do this.
So I'll just assume that everybody here is a rookie and doesn't know anything, and not just assume anything. So because everybody just needs to learn, and let's just be open-minded to learn what it is. So I typed this, the rookie guide to social media marketing, when I just wrote social media marketing before, then I took it out and said, let's start from the beginning and just assume everybody is a blank slate and you're just learning newly. So I'll just go by it. So the topics that I'm going to cover, what social media marketing, so a foundation of just a clear understanding of what social media marketing is, understanding social media marketing and the benefits. So those are the things that I will talk about. As I said before, my name is Oladoyin Taiwo. I'm the founder of Profits with Doyin, where I help women-owned businesses increase their revenue by getting more clients on social media. So that's who I am, and I'm a social media strategist. Some people call it social media expert, some call it professional, some call it but I just like to go by strategist. That's more that's more comfortable. So what is social media marketing? So as online, I know that a lot of people I always correct people when I say, I need to make sales. I'm just posting in people's faces, posting all your activities or whatever it is that you're selling without teaching someone. So let's just consider social media. Like this quote here, I took it off from online, and I really liked it because it said, think like a publisher, not a marketer. So social media marketing for us is more like, it's content creation. Think of yourself like someone who creates content for any platform. People where the Nollywood people, the Bollywood people, everybody were all content creators. So that's the reason why people know these people like them, people know them, they trust them. They just want to buy. If they open up a store today, somebody in any of this area, if they open up something today, people always just gravitate toward them because they have become publishers over a period of time, and we have gotten comfortable with seeing their faces, their content, and knowing them. That's the reason why we're saying that do not think as a marketer. A marketer just wants to make a sale and move on. But as a publisher, there's relationship to this thing. There's even the big fives. Everybody is on social media, not because they don't have people coming in, but just because social media is the place to be, and it's a place to get the kind of clients, to build brand loyalty and every other thing that you can think of. So social media marketing is, I'll just go quick. There are so many definitions, but I'll just use this definition as social media marketing is the use of various techniques on social media platforms to spread your brand awareness and to promote a product or service to convert a target audience into customer. So when all of us are online, what we want to do basically is just to convert to customer. So we have a target audience in mind, no matter whatever area you are in. So for tourism, your target audience will be who? Is a tourist. So a tourist will be someone who wants to visit countries. I saw an ad yesterday, and I thought that was the best thing that I've seen in a long time since this pandemic online, about Dubai opening up back to tourism. And they used a social media influencer to do this ad. And he was showing, I don't recall the guy's name. I watched the video from beginning to the end, and I replayed it again. I was like, oh my goodness. I was almost going to download it and put it on my page that it's advertising to me, and I feel like I'm enjoying it. I don't feel sold.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, man, this is, I need to go to Dubai right now, even in a pandemic. The person is telling you all of the hotels are sanitized, all of the tourist attractions are this. They put everything and made the necessary adjustment for you to come. So this person has sold me something without even me thinking that it's a sale. The person has looked into my eye and thinking, okay, what will I be scared of? They've taken care of that. It's a pandemic. They said, oh, and go around because they've cleaned it. You can go on the flight now. They've Emirates was also advertised that you can go on it because all the aisles are now cleared. Nobody gets to sit by you. Or it's just only you in the middle seat and every other person in the middle seat. They've advertised to me I can fly safely. They've advertised to me. They advertised a flight to me, tickets, everything. They went on to advertise hotels. They went on to advertise the tourists. So these things are to convert your target audience into customers. That's basically what it is. Spread your brand awareness. That's what social media marketing does for you. It shouldn't be confused for general digital marketing. Digital marketing is, social media marketing is a subset under digital marketing. So there are other components that makes this work. So just like marketing, PR, branding, and everything, social media marketing is just one aspect of digital marketing. And I think that for me, if you get it right, every other thing from SEO and every other thing would work great for you if you are very good with your content marketing. So understanding social media marketing, there are places that are broken down. Just for clarity's sake, that social media marketing starts the relevant content creation. Like I said, I took this into from saying content creation and interaction. Like someone said, the reason why they put the social in front of is to be social online. You don't leave people online and ignore people when they send you a message. A brand who keeps ignoring messages is not doing the correct thing of social listening. They are not building on what, and they are not getting feedback. So when people interact with you online as a brand, as a business, it ends with your affection. And when you are affectionate, you know the way that they say, give us, if you're a giver, you're always giving to people. And if you're in love, you always give. So if you're in love with a brand, you will just always open your wallet. When you don't even think of it. You know the brands that we followed over the years, with our mothers and our fathers bought this brand growing up. We grew up to love those brands. The Unilever, the likes of them, Unilever and all of those things, the products that they made for years, we just always had them. And somebody is asking you, why do you use Close Up? You don't even think of it. I don't use Close Up, but still, you don't think of it before you go to market to exchange for it. Why do you use Cleans? Why do you use Colgate? It's something you grew up to learn in your house. So this is where affection comes in. And in social media, that's what you want to build. And in the end, my ATM card comes out and there's an exchange of transaction because now I feel affectionate towards that brand. So like every good and most free marketing tools, there's always going to be competition, looking for other people's attention online. That's where your content marketing game has to be really, really, really on point. Because if you don't have any strategy towards your content marketing on social media, then it just becomes like you're just throwing words in the air and nobody even knows what you stand for. They don't even really understand what to come to you for. So you may have asked yourself, oh, okay, is it too late now that I'm talking that, oh, can you start? Your business now be left out if you haven't started, or if you started and you've gotten it wrong? The short answer, no. But you have to understand that everything always has a life cycle. So I put a life cycle of social media there. I'll just explain it real brief so that you can have an idea of how social media marketing works and the tools of what it does. So today, there's no better way to communicate. Where do we get our news from now? It's on social media. Most people, I don't think that most people sit down all day long waiting for 8 o'clock news again for the news to break. You've heard it from somebody online since it broke. Until then, somebody is waking up later in the afternoon or evening and come and tell you this is 7 o'clock news. Man, we've moved on from that and we've already come online. And this, so it's very important that in building your brand awareness also, you want to be where your people are. So how to choose your social media platform. There are many components that go into that, but I just chose 1, 2, 3, 4 of them to say, what industry are you in? Your industry is what determines, because it's on social media, there are different aspects and goals of what your strategy should be. If it's for community building, you should be on Facebook groups. You shouldn't even, you don't have any business being on Twitter, because Twitter doesn't foster community. It fosters relationships, not community. But if you want to build, so these things actually determine. But if you have even people who have followers on Instagram, for you to still build your community where you can have access your fans, your tribe or something, you still need to bring them into a community. So it's very important that whatever your industry is, that's what determines the platform where you want to show up every day on. So your target audience, what your target audience is. So who are the kind of people? Where do they, when they say you should build your customer avatar, it's very important in anything you do for social media. So this is what determines your target audience. So who am I targeting? Am I targeting somebody who lives in, let's say, Lekki? The person's challenges are different from somebody who lives in Ikorodu. The person is probably just thinking, you know what, let me just build my nice little house and be here, sell something by close enough to somebody who lives in Lekki, is urban, is thinking, you know what, I just want to live the best life. The person's choice of car, the person's vacation spots, all these things will not be the same for an average person. Their income level, everything just differs. So this kind of people are the people that you need to understand. You need to understand your demography. So is this person a male or female? Does this person travel? If this person doesn't travel all of the time, so what should you be marketing to the person? I was telling someone when I was consulting for them for a church, the person said that they moved from, I don't recall this place now, I think somewhere in Dibong. They said that they wanted to go to the island to Lekki Phase 1 to get a new space. So I said, what drove that reasoning for you to just move on from? And I said that I'm not saying doom, but I don't think that strategy will work, because the needs of the people in Jibo is different from the people that you're going to meet in Lekki Phase 1. A Jibo person is probably still praying for God to give the person a car. And somebody in Lekki doesn't even need to pray for lights to come, but to iron their clothes. There's lights. Like, it's just, so it's the same thing as even living abroad. The challenges of the things that people pray for, like you can just go take a loan for, instead of you praying for something to happen sometimes for those kind of things. So in understanding the psyche, the demography, the location and all of this of your target audience, it means where your social media platform, where you should also be on, because everybody is not on the same place for the same reasons. So what resources are at your disposal? You want to be able to, okay, am I able to do Facebook ads right now, or do I need to invest more in community building just on my own, even if you're starting out? So all of these things I said, what kind of budget do you have? Do you have a lean budget for you to just grow, or when your market grows up? So social media circles. So I said that there are 3 major steps in what you should do when you're starting out. Just be niche focused. Like, everybody says that in a lot, but sometimes we take it for granted. Because if I'm looking for maybe mother care information, I know the pages to go to for this kind of thing. Like now, I know that, okay, if I'm looking for tourism in Nigeria, I know where to go to. I know where, so these things are very important in when you're starting out on social media. When I wake up in the morning, I know places to go for my news. I know where to go to for my entertainment, because they've been able to niche down. So that's also something. I'm giving these practical examples because there are things that we see in our everyday life so that we have an idea of what it is. So I'm just going to run through this social media cycle. So the second thing, where you want to be on social media, to build your brand awareness. So sometimes it might convert for you if done well, But when you want to start, if I don't know you, I probably would not exchange my ATM card to give you something. I don't even know you exist. So you want to be there, you want to be in our faces, you want people to know what you do and be able to showcase it. And by then, when you're done, now you've already gathered followers, then you start widening your appeal to other people. So I'll start from that, just the life cycle. I'll quickly go around this 10. The first thing is interaction. Share your content, engage in conversations, and collect information from people. So with that, that's where we always come with check link in the bio. When you go on Instagram, where people will tell you, okay, download this, check link in the bio. That's a form of interaction. You just want to know where your audience are and to know the kind of content that you need to create for them. So this is just the suggestion level. Then the next thing you want to do is to build relevance. Because now, as I just said, that I want to be able to come online. I know where to go to when I'm looking for this. I know where to go to when I'm looking for that. And I like what Instagram also did with this now, that they have the fashion stuff on Explorer. Because they're also listening. This is social listening for them, knowing that people just don't want to see just anything on the Explorer page, but they want to know particular places to go to. So you also want to be so niche down that when I'm coming to fashion, I know that you'll be under the fashion page on Explorer and I can find you. When I know that I'm going to tourism, I know that you'll be under travel, and I can find you there. So all of this comes under social media optimization, actually, but I'll just go in building relevance. Is very important for you to also know that these things, and then holding people's attention. Everybody is online, just one. So that's the reason why carousel is trending now, because the carousel on Instagram, it's something that will make me stop and say, okay, wow, interesting. This person has so much content to give. So if social media comes with this trend, and so it's very important that when you just get on it. If you cannot, hire somebody who can teach you, hire somebody who can do it. So do those two things and you would always have people's attention to yourself. Validation. This is how to validate whatever it is that people are talking about you. At this point, you want people, you have social proof, because those are the things that they're coming from testimonials. So those are the things that people always come back to in relation to, okay, can I trust this person? And then trust me, people are researching you whether you like it or not. If you like, say I'm the best thing since sliced bread, then I'm asking, okay, you said that you're the best thing since sliced bread. Then I'm asking your clients, they say, don't mind them, or the dress they sold for me, I could not even wear it to the wedding. That's feedback. And it's something that actually kills your validation process, because people want to know, they want to hear from other people on what it is. And that's where trust comes in. If I'm able to validate you, if I'm able to know that, okay, what you're talking to me about, it really works. And that's why you cannot be you can't be a fish seller and you don't eat fish. I remember one time, I won't mention a brand ambassador. I think she had spoken on her Instagram page, when she said, oh, she doesn't drink she doesn't drink the soda. I'm a brand ambassador and I'm saying that I don't drink that particular soda because it will make me fat. So it's quite interesting that you can't be a brand ambassador for something you don't believe in. So those things actually wrap up to your validation. When people come in to trust you, then they're able to transact with you. That's number 6, where it takes you to in the cycle. Then now I've transacted with you. Now I have my experience with you. How was it? So customer experience all matters, even in social media marketing. Now you've brought people into your funnel, you've done everything. So their experience is what people will now use in an evaluation to also tell more people about you, or decide not to share who you are or what you offer again to people. And then when I start raving about you, more people get affectionate to your brand. There are so many brands like that on Instagram right now that people like because of all of the good things, experiences people have shared about their brand. Then when more people are raving about you, then it becomes infectious. Then all of us to start traveling to your brand and going, oh, wow, you know, that's why we always go with the big names. Oh, do you know that my bag is Gucci now, my slippers is Prada, my blah, 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 blah is whatever it is, because those people have been able to inject this level of cycle in their business, whereby people now understand them, trust them, and then that's where you create delight for your brand. That everybody's just, it's like a kid with lollipop. Everybody's just happy with you. And even sometimes, if you find some brands online, also on social media, I've seen brands that sometimes they are the most annoying when it comes to customer feedback and responding on comments. But people go there and respond for them. They are fighting for them. The keyboard warriors, they're always on their page wanting to talk for them because they've experienced them and they know what these brands can do for them. So under all of these three, you would find that in this 10 things that have gone wrong, they're under your, when you're starting out your interaction. I'll just break that down for in the next post, that the most important thing that you need to do also when you're starting out, define your strategy. You just don't want to come in and say, you know what, I'm just on social media. On social media for what? Like we said, what do you do? What do you want to be known for? Then your positioning. So who do you want to attract? Is it the people that will just always come to you and ask, can see how much lasts? You don't want to do that with your brand. So in positioning, you know, there are some people that they cannot even go to their DM to ask them how much lasts because of brand positioning. So it's very important that you always consider all of those things. And content creation always comes in also in your strategy. So what do you want to be churning out? You don't want to be a weight loss person, and all I see on your page, oh wow, see what I am having for breakfast. You're having sausage, you're having sausage, bacon, you're having 6 loaves of bread, 6 slices of bread, and then you put, like, it's crazy. And then I'm wondering, wait, am I on the right page? So in content creation, in also showing people that, you know what, this is what I do, and you really need your content to be able to show and prove that you really do what you say you do. So and those who come, where can you get content from? You can get content from your everyday life, from your back behind the scenes. You can get it from quotes, you can get it from experiences, user generated content. You can also, that's testimonial, you can get it from there. You can get it from trends in the industry. What's going on? What are people talking about right now? Everybody's talking about Big Brother Nigeria right now. So if you come online right now, you can find content there. If you're somebody that has the patience to go there to watch them, trust me, because of all of the things that they do in the house. If I'm a food expert now, and I go there every day, these people eat noodles, I'm just really worried. I can now start breaking it down, what not to eat when you wake up in the morning, what not to, like the things to, so there's content everywhere if you look at it. So in content creation, just make sure that you look around and what will relate and what your target audience can relate to should be something that you want to do. So optimize your content. In optimizing your content now, organic content cannot take you as far as it used to take us 5 years ago. So that's where all of the ads come in. And the reason why these people are doing it is because we are all tenants on social media. So these people, if your landlord tells you today, I am selling the house, you're going to move out. You cannot tell them that you're, so these things are, so in optimizing it, they also want you to use it to direct. The wise thing to do is to use social media content to drive traffic to your own page, your website. So you don't want to be that person that lives in a rented apartment and has a nice Ferrari parked in front of somebody's house, and yet you don't have your own house. So that's so your own house is your website. Where so social media content creation, content generation, community building, and all of that should be for you to drive traffic to your own site, and that's your domain name, wherever it is that you bought. That's where you sit. That's the home of all of the things to gather it together. So your blog posts and all those things need to go out from there. So in building brand awareness too, make sure you always build brand awareness by collaborating with people. It's very important. The way when we see people's content all of the time on our page, they're used to hearing us, they're used to knowing us. But you can go to other people who have related audience with yours and then cross-promote on those pages. It's very important that you do that in building your brand, creating your brand awareness, so that people also, new people get to see you, new people get to know what you do, and it's so important. So distribute your content through paid, owned, and earned media. So your paid media, as I said before, are the adverts that you run. Your owned media are your blog posts and all of those things. Your earned media are the relationships that you've built over time where people now take you. I don't want that. It's a lot more than that, but I'll just break it down in those pieces. That your earned media is where people that now trust you, you can collaborate with an influencer, and then they allow you they allow you publications whereby you see us in newspapers, you do all of those things. Those things are earned media because you've been able to prove your credibility over a period of time, and people can now trust you enough to say, you know what, let's do a media feature on you. It's PR for your business. But all of this too, when we bring it back, we still circle it back to show on our social media platforms where people continue to trust us. It helps us in building trust, collaborate and build relationships. And when you're done, that's the reason why we have insights on every social media platform, is for us to measure our results. So this thing that I've done in this last month, is it working? Is it not working? What do I need to tweak? What content actually did better? What do I need to remove and stop doing? If people just come and you have zero save, you have one like, but on a normal day when you post about a certain other thing, you have like thousands of likes and comments. That means that people actually see that there must be something to that content. So you want to grow more in creating content like that. Mostly around those kind of content that do that, storytelling. That it's always really big. People like gist. Like on social media, they just like those kind of things to help them do that. So benefits of social media marketing, I broke them into 4. Increased brand awareness. You're able to target a global audience. Thank God that we are not in those days where if nobody sees you on a certain magazine in Nigeria, you have not arrived. If nobody sees you on a certain TV station, but now we're our own media, we're our own PR person. So better customer satisfaction. They give you feedback that, you know what, when I bought this dress from you, it didn't really sit well. And then immediately you're replying, please let me talk to you in the DM and all of those things. There was this annoying network that I'm on for a long time, for I think like a week. I was still even sharing with you that my network just went off. It's like, why would you? Then I come on social media. Somebody complained about you. I come on social media. Then I complain about you too. That it's true. They also did the same to me. And then we go to your page. We're writing. We're all saying that our page is not working. Our data is not working. And you ignored us. Totally. If I am your competition, I don't care who you are. I'm going to come there and position somebody to sit down directly on that your page and be going in their DM that, you know what, I'm going to offer you something that is better if you have refused to respond all of the time. So the next thing I did, I took this fight to LinkedIn. And somebody else also wrote about them. And the next thing you know, they sent me a DM. So I'll see people on LinkedIn saying, oh, have they responded? They still don't respond. I said, but funny, they did respond to me because I did not leave them. So they responded to me on Instagram in my DM because they're going, okay, these people now, these keyboard warriors, let us not offend them. So these things for better customer satisfaction. And they actually gave me a technical person that worked with me all through the day to make sure I was checking in to find out, is it working? But I wouldn't have gotten that if they didn't have an online presence where I could have gone to rant and tell them that, you know what, how can I pay for unlimited service? Then after a few days, they tell me my data has been 75% used when I can't even browse. Like, what? It's really like, it's painful. So those kind of things, in doing that and responding to people online, it helps for better customer satisfaction and more brand authority for you. So increased brand awareness, implementing a social media strategy will greatly increase your brand recognition, since you will be engaging with a broader audience. I'm not sure why that cut off, but I'm going to put it back when I'm sending it back to you. So I think it was when I was trying to edit it. So with a broader audience, that's going to help you with it. It targets your global audience. Like I said, using social media, you can reach and target an international audience to purchase your product or service. That's a great thing. Like now, I don't have to travel. I can be in my house. Somebody is paying you in dollars for your online course. Like, how cool is that? It's really just something that it's exciting times that we live in, and in embracing it. So all those people that I used to tell you before, hey, social media, I don't want to go there. I was laughing recently. I said, for those people who used to say, I don't use online banking. When pandemic came, Oga and say, how did you withdraw your money? Like, I don't know how people live in a world and they just don't want to change. It's ridiculous. Even as entrepreneurs, it's very important that we move with the trends of time or the things happening in our business. So better customer satisfaction, I gave that example already. Social media is a networking and communication platform. So when people give you feedback, make sure that you take it seriously. It just helps your brand become better when you take feedback and don't just take them as criticism. So creating a voice for your company or your business through this platform is important to humanizing your business. For more authority, helps you build more brand authority. When consumers see your company posting on social media, especially replying to customers, that response to customers is very important, because it becomes so. It's like you going to the market. So I always give this example. It's like you going to the market and you're asking, how much is your pepper? And the person looking at you, auntie, how much now? And the person keeps looking at you. What would you do? Normally, it's like normal real life. You move on to the next person who is responsive. It's just like this thing is very basic. But most times we don't see it because it's tech. We don't see it as basic. And people just think that, that it's a big deal. You're not you're not Coca-Cola. Satisfied with customer, but yet they keep advertising. Like, you haven't gotten to that brand a pyramid yet where you can ignore us on social media. Don't even try it. Like, it's not. People are going to block you, forget you, and move on to other things. So for especially replying to your customers and posting original content about what you guys do, what you're about. You don't want us to be there thinking all of the time that, okay, it's just user-generated content that this person has. So the person really doesn't know so much about this idea. So original content coming from you on the things that you're doing is also very important. It makes you appear more credible to people when you're building authority. And it's very important that original content, your post should be 80% original content, 20% user-generated content. So because all of that do you balance, it gives me a better understanding of your brand. Like a sample also that I saw that said that lead people to understand, lead them to understanding why they need to buy from you. So it takes a lot of education. It's not even something that you do a touch to what's it called, to your branding, because there are so many examples. So there's another thing that I wanted us to take off. I said that I was going to remember to say that. So I'll just mention that there are so many social media platforms, but I'll mention the big four: your Facebook, your Instagram, Twitter, and your LinkedIn. So, well, the big five, just like your big five. I forgot YouTube. So it depends on what you want to build. All of these things depend on what you want to build. If you're big about photo sharing platforms, Instagram. If you have products that is visually attractive, it's very important for you to be on Instagram. If you want to do community building, of course, everybody knows, even with the people that want to deceive themselves, Facebook is actually the top, is the only one, like all the top on the social media ladder. Facebook is the one that has the most audience. Yeah, that's what I was trying to. It's the one that has the most audience, no matter, even if you don't like it. Facebook is a place where, and the funny thing is that when we're running our ads, Facebook ads are what you run. So for those people who continue to go, I don't like Facebook, all of the people there are old, all of the people there are the people that have your money in their pockets. So you want to stay there to build community. So you can use Instagram to drive traffic into a Facebook group if you're about community building. So if you're about professionals trying to reach, Twitter, if you're the person that you have to, your brand feeds on word of mouth. You want to stay on Twitter, that you want to, it's not so much, you don't have anything visually appealing to show us. Maybe you're a dispatch rider. We don't want to be seeing a dispatch box all of the time in our lives. We just want to know how. And now that Third Mainland Bridge is closed, how do we navigate and all of those things? And you want our delivery to get to us. So you need to start keeping us updated about all of those things. For those people who are very, their audience are on Twitter. So it's very important that for those people who are knowledge gathering people or something, or information gathering people, maybe that's what to call it. I'm trying not to use the social media jargons. I'm trying to break it down in the best way that I can, because if I'm saying rookie, so we need to break it down and bring it home. So if you're looking for professionals, the CEOs, everybody, just be on LinkedIn. You're the person that, you know what, you just want all the contracts, you just want professional trainings for your business, you're a trainer, you're a consultant, you are looking for those kind of clients. LinkedIn is the best way to go. And LinkedIn adverts is actually, if you want to go the LinkedIn adverts where you will get the kind of people you're looking for, sign up to LinkedIn Premium and all of those things. If you are the person who has all of the video generation, or your brand is about video, cook, they do all of the things. So YouTube, of course, the fashionistas, you want to show us how to rock a clothes, you want to show us, you might not just be pictures, but you need to show us in person. You want to be on YouTube. And then if you want to bring humor, or you want to put a creative twist to your brand, TikTok is the way to go now. I actually even wrote an ebook on it. Someone was asking me, what do you feel about TikTok? So I sent the ebook. The person was like, you feel like whole book about TikTok? I say yes. Like that's to show you how much these things can actually. I was still watching one of the Nigerian actresses. I think she's one of the best TikTok people in Nigeria right now, for Iyabojo. So I don't even think that she does movies anymore. And my sister and I were analyzing it the other day that imagine she's getting more endorsement now. People are seeing that more because of the content she's generating. Content for your brand doesn't always have to be text. Content for your brand doesn't always have to be graphics. Content for your brand doesn't always have to be testimonial. Content from your brand can be anything that people can relate with, as long as it's something that relates to your industry and where your audience wants to be educated about it. It's very important that you look out to that and you also do all of that for us.
So thanks a lot, Oladoyin. One question I want to ask now, for the travel and tourism people, which platforms would you advise us to actually leverage on? I know you've mentioned like the big five, but which one would you advise people in the tourism and travel space to leverage on?
I think that for me, the most important place that I would say to go to for travel and tourism, I'll say Instagram and Facebook are the places to be. But create content with like TikTok and YouTube, but drive so on your trip and your travel, you want to be able to have longer length of video and all that you can drop on your YouTube page for subscription. But for your visibility, Instagram and Facebook are the places to be, because all of us always have a dream of our next destination travel, and we don't go to YouTube to look for that. We only go to YouTube to already look for, and now I've gone, I arrived, how did the trip go? But you want to educate me on why I should come to you as a tourist company, for you to be my go-to person when I need to. So I would advise at any day, anytime, Instagram and Facebook. And Instagram gives me all the visuals of all the places I'm dreaming of in my head. Show it to me. Let me dream about it and bring out my ATM card and say, you know what, I'm going to go there. That's the advice that I would give.
Question. Now people have this idea, when I'm on social media, I'm going to get people fast, like for the rookies. We're all about the rookies right now. Now I keep trying to encourage people that it's not about all the numbers, it's not about the likes. What is your take on that when it comes to social media? Because I believe it's also a psychological thing, and if you do not put your mind that you have a goal, you may get discouraged. I've been there before until I learned that it's not just about the numbers and about the likes. Can you talk more on that when it comes to social media?
So, before now, like I said, that I talked about that thing about 5 years ago. The likes was important to us. But now, that's why I like the fact that there are so many instruments and to measure insights now. So I don't see, I have some posts that I have more saves than I have like. And I'm like, are you for real? Your village people will not let you like it, but yet you will save it to go back to go and read. It's really so. In looking at that, in looking at that, I'll just mention a few tools that we can use to measure insights for social media. So that's why it's important to it's important that when we set a strategy, it's important that we are always out to know what we really want to achieve, because that's the thing that will make you happy outside of if I see, I'm not sure, I don't know why it's not coming up on my laptop. I have it on PDF, but from the top of my head, the likes of them later, Planoli, and even Facebook Studio now, those kind of things actually helps you measure insights. So I wanted to go into look for the list that I had, so that I don't just give a few. But right now, I recently moved to Facebook Studio, Facebook Creator Studio. I recently moved there, so that for me, I don't have to go to a third party. You know, most times the social media always kicks out third party without informing you. So I just want to the best of my own ability, I want to use what they are using, or rather what they are creating. So when you go back to your back end, depending on your strategy, is your strategy for brand awareness? Is it to generate leads? Is it to create conversion for your laptop? So except for your laptop, for your website. So it's important that you have your own goal. What's your social media goal? Is what should be the measurement of your results. So if nobody likes it, or nobody likes my post, but yet the person comes to me and they buy. I've heard so many people that say that the people who pay them in hundreds of dollars are people who don't even comment on their page. They've never liked their posts. So why should I be upset about somebody not liking my post when I would have money in my bank? Like, I would take that money in my bank account over any day. So it's very important that we know what the goal of why we're on social media is. Is it to generate brand awareness? Is it to have sales, or is it to convert followers for your to drive traffic to your website? So if you have that perspective of what it is that you really need or you want to get from this, your relationship with social media marketing, it would help it be easier for you to stop thinking in terms of likes.
So that's why it's good to have those tools so that you can see what's happening. Because when I started with social media, it could be very painful, especially when you're just starting off and you're not seeing the likes, you're not seeing your thing growing. And for me, I had to tell myself I wanted organic growth, not just ads. I wanted organic growth. But now as things are coming up, you have to start doing what do you call it, ads and all that. So that's why I asked that question. Okay, let's just round up because my time is
Yes, I can see that it's giving us some time.
Yes, time's going. All right, Joy, thank you so much for that. So at the end of the day, the idea is have a strategy, know what your goal is on social media, and please, the likes and the growth, they're nice, but there's more to it, like Doyin has said. Go and download those tools that can help you check the back end and know how your stuff are going. And most important, your content creation. Create good content that will help your social media grow. I hope I said it well, Doyin.
That will make your social media grow and help your followers convert customers.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dorian. Okay, then. Bye.
Thank you so much for having me.